Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samira, my YouTube name is MiraaSpeaks, and I offer motivation, career advice and a hint of lifestyle every now and then. If you're new, welcome. If you're old, you're the real MVP. Please subscribe, let's keep this movement going and let's, try and get this channel up there. I'm back today with a video on my industry, talk about some of the key attributes of a chartered secretary and governance professional. I think our title, I know our title doesn't really do us justice, and this is why the Institute came up with the idea of governance professional, which you can use interchangeably, however it fits what role you're doing on a day-to-day. But I think a lot of people overlook what we do, because you hear the title and you think, oh, she's a PA, oh, she's a this. But actually, our role is, let me say this, is the rise and fall of an organization. If we don't do our jobs well, it will be heard. We're very much behind the scenes, but if you do make a mistake, you will literally be at the center stage. We are the eyes and ears of an organization. And so I think our role is very, very, very important. And you would actually feel the pinch when you don't have a, chartered secretary and governance professional within your organization to be able to, be the eyes and ears to filter through the lines and make sure that your company is, compliant and is adhering to the requirements that it has to adhere to. So some of the key attributes of a chartered secretary and or governance professional, I think top one is confidence. I think being able to be confident with your role is really, really important, because and also being not just confident, but also confident with sound judgment. Half the time, or most of the time, you work closely with the chairman of the organization. I mean, who can say in their role that they sit next to the chairman? Well, the cosec does. You literally are the right-hand woman, right-hand woman or man to the chairman. He literally looks to you for answers on things. It could be anything, strategy, acquisitions, things like that. He literally looks to you as a sounding member or a sounding person to enable him make reasonable judgment to certain decisions that he's going to make within the organization, which may or may not filter down to like the lowest person within the organization, basically. So your role with the chairman is pivotal, and no one can say they actually do that, which I think is a key attribute only a company secretary would be able to say that they do. The next key attribute is being confidential, because a lot of things that happen within an organization people would never know. For instance, the CEO of a company steps down. You would probably never know that if you're not in the company secretarial industry or company secretarial department. Not to say that if you're within that department you would know. You probably still wouldn't know, because there are insider lists, there are things like that. But it is the cosec who would make all those changes to company's house, filings, insider list, making sure that the people who know about these things are the right people and have been trained up and things like that. So a key attribute of a company secretary is being able to be left with information in confidence, because a lot of things that you would know, the organization would never know. Certain things that are going to be implemented, you probably would know from minutes and attending board meetings with regard to changes that are going to happen to your organization, which you have to be quiet about until they're actually implemented. So you can't really go down the pub and just say, oh, the CFO of ABC is actually stepping down. You're like, you can't say that, because it's literally confidential, and you have to make sure that that is actually kept that way until the wider public know. Another key attribute is effective communication. Wow. This one, you have to be able to communicate effectively to the board, because there are certain things, for instance, the board cannot do, and you have to make sure that you are able to stand your ground and say this cannot be done this way because of this, and the board have to understand that and have to adhere and be compliant with all these regulations and statutory legislation that comes into force. And you will start to notice that even as a trainee, you would still be put in situations where you have to make these these decisions or be able to put your foot down. Well, I'm hoping that what organisation you work for, they will not just leave you to go into a board meeting by yourself, but you would notice that even at the early stages of your of your career, you would still be, you know, prompted with some of these issues where you would be in a board meeting, and then one of the board members will say, oh yeah, we can just do it this way, and you're like, actually no, we can't do it this way legally, we have to do this file, that, have this signed by this, and that is where you come in and step in. So again, that's where the confidence comes in, with you knowing what you need, because you're saying yes and you're saying no could literally make or break an organisation. Not to say that, you know, our role is like a power really, but it kind of is, because you literally are the key person. Another key thing is we have overall knowledge. Your day-to-day is not only about finance, it's not only about tax, it's not only about strategy, it's not only about governance, it's not only about HR. Your role could be anything, you know. There are some companies that you look after that are like heavily about tax, and you have to learn and know all these things that are about tax, that it's not even part of your remit or day to day, but you have to know because it's a company that you look after. So we have overall broad knowledge. I mean, they always say that within an organization, if you don't know where something needs to go or who needs to do what, let's go to the cosec team. We will certainly figure it out. We're definitely, I think that even helps me in my day to day actually, because I'm just like, you know, I'm able to like think a little bit more, make sound judgment, being able to think, oh, you know what, if it doesn't go this way, then it would go this way or go that way. So that's definitely a key attribute. Another key attribute is attention to detail, being able to read between the lines. This is something that I'm still learning with, and I still do make mistakes sometimes, but we have to be able to read between the lines. And I couldn't even say that, like, it's crazy, because the way you say something, you know, like in a board meeting, for example, it was confirmed that. If it was not confirmed, you cannot write it was confirmed, because that alone could imply something else, which could imply something else. For instance, you confirm that, you know, 1.4 million was acquired, 1.1 was passed down from one subsidiary to the other. But actually, in the meeting, it wasn't confirmed. It was just proposed, and you confirm it, and people actually transfer the money. That's a whole, you know, it's, yeah. So attention to detail is key. Being able to, oh my God, like, yeah, anyway, that leads me on to my next point, which is about being a good listening ear, which again, I'm still working on. Being able to listen, especially when you're taking minutes. I don't know. If anybody has any tips about how to, you know, take minutes, drop them below. I'm happy to learn. I mean, I'm good. I'm alright, but I think it's one of those things that you're going to have to learn on the job and like learn how to do. But you have to be able to listen, because everyone's not talking, but like, you know, the CFO is saying something, CEO is saying something, a board member is saying something. You have to be able to, and then go and sit down and decipher what was actually said and put that into a board meeting. That's a skill only a cosec will have. So yeah, I mean, I just thought I'd just come to you guys today with a nice quick video about some key attributes of a company secretary, and I just hope you've enjoyed. If you want to know a lot more attributes, let me know, and I'll probably do a part 2 of this, and then maybe insert a lot more examples of like times and places where you would actually be asked to do these things. But yeah, if you like this video, please comment, like, subscribe, share, and if you ever go out and you see a company secretary, a chartered company secretary, governance professional, just know that you're looking at the eyes and ears of a company. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video.